Okay, this video will be more geared to 5th to 6th graders, especially 6th. 5th grade, this will be really helpful for you also. And I'm going to probably show you a little bit of each, and no matter what, it's going to help, I promise. In 5th grade, we do 3-digit stuff times 2-digit. And you might even get to, later on in the year, 3-digit by 3-digit. These get big, and let's try 423. Okay, I want to show you a couple of strategies that I've used that are pretty helpful. If you ever had me, you know I've always talked about my multiplication map, and I like to always focus on the traditional way to multiply. And my multiplication map basically looks like this. For this one, it would be CBA times second first. Okay, and the way I teach this is a map of where you're going to go. So I start in my first position, which would be this 6 right here, and you always go in order A, B, C. Okay, so let me show you this one. So I'm going to start in my first position right here, which is my 6. I'm going to go to A, B, and C. So 6 times 5 is 30. You always carry your next number over to where you're about to go. 6 times 4 is 26. I'm sorry, 6 times 4 is 24. 25, 26, 27. So 27. 6 times 5 is 30. Plus the 2, 32. All right, and let me go ahead and scratch these guys out right here because we've already used them, and actually our 6 is gone too, so we don't need him anymore. And now we're going to do the second position, which would be this 3 in the tens place. And since he's in the tens place, we always have to drop a 0. And this is what's good about my map. The first makes the first row. The second makes the second row add a 0, and it rhymes. Second row, add a 0. Second row, add a 0. So we now come back to our 3, and we still go A, B, C. So 3 to 5 is 15. 3 to 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 3 to 5 is 15, plus the 1 is 16. And then we add to get our answer. And that will give us 19,620. Okay, so for the probably late 5th to 6th grade version, where we have a hundreds place in the bottom, my map would look like this. C, B, A, third, second, first. Okay, and once again, these numbers here, the first, second, third, they tell you where to start, where to finish, and they also tell you which row. So this will be my first row, this will be my second row, and now for these I'm going to have a third row. So let's get started on this one. We're going to start in the first position, which is the 3. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so there was my first row, and that guy came from here. Then I'll switch to my second position, which is here. So that's my second row. Add a 0, because it's the tens place. And we always go back to our A, our B, and then our C. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4, plus the 1 is 5. 2 times this 6 is 12. All right. Now for the new part, this is your third position. So it's the third position, and that will give us our third row. So this is the third position, third row. Now this one's in the hundreds place. While ago in the tens place, we added 1 0 for 10. Well, 100 has 2 zeros, so we have to put 2 zeros to make up for that 100 place. And we still come back to A and then B and then C. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 4 times 6 is 24, plus the 1 is 25. And then we add, because we basically just did 3 multiplication problems. We got to add all our answers together. So our answer is 264,798. Now, I got a couple minutes left, so I'm going to show you another way to do this. Okay, that was called the traditional way. Let me show you something I call the split way. Okay, this is something else I've been experimenting with and showing kids who just need another option. Okay, and I call it the split way, and you'll see why here in a second. So let me start with a number. Let's try 256 times 64. Okay, and I'm actually going to split this. That's why I call it the split way. This is 256 and this is 64. So I'm going to keep my 256. I'm going to keep the 256. And I'm going to split that 64 into 60 and 4. Okay? And what this does is it makes smaller and easier multiplication problems. So to start with this one, this 0 is great news for me. I can just go ahead and put him on the end of my answer. And all I'm actually doing is 6 times 6, which is 36. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33. And 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. That wasn't too bad. And then over here, I've just got a very simple 256 times 4. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2, 22. And 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. And then we actually add these together. So we'll have to come over here, and we take 15,360. And that's really ugly. Hold on. I don't like that. I'm crouching down on the floor, so I apologize. Let me stand up and do it. 15,360 with 1,024. Okay? And our answer will be 16,384. Now, real fast, okay, let me show you one of the big ones. 234 times 562. This will actually get split 3 ways. Okay? So 234, 234, 234 with 560 and 2. And once again, these are not bad because I've got 2 zeros here. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 3, 15, plus 2, 16, 17. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So there's that answer. Add my 0. 6 times 4, 24. 18, 19, 20. 12, 13, 14. And then over here we get 8, 6, and 4. So to finish it, I'll have to come and I'll have to add these numbers. It is a little bit more work, but I guarantee you it works if you're struggling with the other way, the traditional way. So 14,040 and 468. Make sure all your stuff's aligned correctly. Okay, so our answer will be 11 and 3 and 1. 131,508. So that's another way to do it. You know, it's always good to have another idea. So I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.